Hi, Joshua.
What's up, Joshua? We missed you, man.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello. All right, so Professor Cavazos, our community benefit project is over, of course, the community, but we focused on the food pantry on campus. And so the initial concept of the project is what I'm going to be talking about, and then my group members will be talking about the rest of the project. So overall, we chose the food pantry because what better way to get involved in a community than your own community? And so the best way for this to happen was to go to the center of a source, go to somewhere where you're most familiar with, and that's where the food pantry came in mind. So many students on campus do use the food pantry, so we saw this as a perfect opportunity to go ahead and tackle that. And we all know that I wasn't originally in the group at first, but I was understanding of the same goal they had in mind to begin with, and we all worked together to foster that connection to make that happen. So very early on, we actually did meet with some of the food pantry staff. We met with Dr. Perez and her assistants that work for the pantry, and we kind of just asked them, what can we do to help you? So before we went in with our own plan, we wanted to know what they wanted. And so we had some of the ideas drummed up as far as maybe helping them beef up their media presence, or their online presence rather, making sure that students knew where the food pantry was and the sources that they have at their disposal. And so that was kind of what we had in mind, but we wanted to hear from them first. And so there are multiple things that they wanted for us to do for them. It was actually really surprising for them that we actually wanted to help them, because not a lot of organizations on campus or students like us would go to them to help them and make something happen. And so that was really cool, kind of being a part of that and being a light for them to do that. So through that, we asked them what they really wanted, and they said they wanted us to just publicize them. They said they have multiple publications coming out for every event that happens, but they needed more of that online, and they also needed more of that leading up to events. And so that was one of the biggest things that we were going to do for them. There were some ideas of creating some sort of a video showcasing the food pantry, taking pictures, interviewing students at certain food pantry events. These are just some of the ideas that we were going to drum up and do for them. But in addition to publicizing them, they also wanted us to provide, they also asked us, they didn't force us rather, but they asked us if we could help them with a monetary donation towards the food pantry, because once again, it does run on donations. And so we kind of came up with different plans that my teammates will then discuss that we wanted to execute as far as the food pantry there. But that's overall just the concept of it, is that we wanted to publicize the food pantry to students within our own community here on campus through various ways, through the publication and also through different donations. And so our next team member will go ahead and take care of number 2.
Okay, so now Matthew and I are going to talk about the main goal of our project. Our main goal is not only to spread awareness about the food pantry, but to help them with fundraising, like Jordan said. So with the guidance of Dr. Perez, we did decide that a monetary fundraiser would be more helpful than a regular food drive, because lots of other organizations do food drives. They basically have one once a month. But they can only donate perishable items, non-perishable items. So the monetary fundraiser would help them with Fresh Food Friday and with having a fridge full of stuff that students can come grab, which are items that just can't be donated. And since the food pantry does buy their stuff at a lower price than the grocery store, even just raising $500 is very beneficial. That feeds a lot of students. So we had those fundraisers intact, and then we also wanted to do some social media fundraisers with the local sororities at our school. And we talked about doing profit sharing nights as well. So we knew that doing those fundraisers would be a lot more helpful than just a regular food drive. And Matthew can go ahead and talk about what else we were going to do.
I think you pretty much named it all. So there's profit sharing nights with local restaurants like Chick-fil-A, BJ's, and Chipotle. And there's also going to be some social media fundraisers like donation bingos, which the sorority would help us with those, as well as promoting the video. And overall, our main goal is to make a difference in the community by spreading awareness of the food pantry and to help feed students in need And by accomplishing these things, it will be directly benefiting students and reducing insecurity of food on campus.
Yes,
Okay.
continuing on from that, for project sustainability, you were done, right, Matthew? I'm so sorry.
No, I was.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, about project sustainability. So while we're talking about Jordan and Devin, we're both speaking on, and Matthew, about how, oh my gosh, sorry, about how the project was originally, we wanted to do direct donations to the food pantry, but then later we spoke about how we were going to help them in social media and their website. So we wanted to get the closer community outreach by affecting students directly with the help of Izzy's Food Pantry and the help of sororities and other outside organizations and organizations within the campus, such as Alpha Gam and SGA. We also wanted to assist in the remodel of the Izzy's Food Pantry website, and again, through promoting the pantry through social media. We knew that this would be easily sustainable for our generation, especially for the 6 of us. We are all kind of tech savvy in a sense, and we're ready to take on the challenge to tackle the website and the video and contacting people to, be part of the video and talk about their kind of a testimony, as well as covering the first Friday first Friday for the months. We also talked to Dr. Perez and made a timeline about how we would tackle each of these events, such as when she wanted the video to be done, the website to be updated, and also any updates she wanted to have for the bingo nights, kind of for social media, and as well as profit sharing nights. And that's pretty much on sustainability. It's we were pretty much ready to do it. It seemed pretty simple for us. Unfortunately, though, because of COVID-19, we weren't able to, continue on with it outside of and off campus. And so the next one is the expected project outcomes.
Right. So pre-COVID-19, like my friends have alluded to, our anticipated outcome for the project was, as far as the fundraiser goes, to provide the best stream of revenue we could through the fundraiser and give that straight to Izzy's Food Pantry. And I'm glad that they alluded to us that that's where we were best served. Because I think we were in a very smooth process of making that happen for the profit sharing night. With BJ's, that would have been set up to their website, and upon approval from the franchise manager, we would have gotten flyers. We would have passed the flyers out to people we know, people on campus, just to spread. And to knowledge, 20% of sales profit from people who bring in flyers that purchased food there would have been considered money for the food pantry. And this would have gone on for 2 consecutive business days. Chipotle, 33% of profit from purchases from people who showed their flyers and identified themselves with our fundraiser, that would have gone to the food pantry. Chick-fil-A, I suppose, was a little less down the line when COVID-19 hit. And we were in the process pretty much of getting a donation request from Chick-fil-A. And the way it would have worked was the amount of mentions we would have received would have dictated the percentage we would have gotten. And to knowledge, that would have been between 15 and 20%. That is what would have been considered profit for the food pantry. And I feel like we would have, pre-COVID-19 or post-COVID-19, I feel like it would be hard to provide a hard number that would be considered reliable, because we never really got to, test that. To evaluate what number we may have been able to bring in, but I was confident that we definitely would have been able to provide a sustainable amount of revenue from the fundraiser that definitely would have benefited the food pantry. So I was really excited about that. I'm sure my friends would agree, and I think we had really good expectations.
Yeah, and like following the fundraiser, while that was going on, we were looking at different ways media could help the food pantry. We know that there's always like a negative connotation with it, around the campus, because, if you have to use the food pantry, they might look down upon you or whatever. We really wanted to get that video out to help them, and we expected that video to really bring that food insecurity down. And while it brought it down, we also looked at posting those website pictures on the website. And we really looked at that as a way to help just spice up the website in general, just add a positive vibe to the website. We really expected all the media attention that we were giving Izzy's Food Pantry to just make it more positive, not have as much food insecurity, not have as much like negative connotation with the entire pantry, and really just let people like go to it more and have more students helped.
Exactly. So overall, I think you get the gist of our project. We really just wanted to pick something that would directly benefit our students. And we really wish we could have followed through with it because we were on track, but now you know everything we planned on doing and satisfied with our efforts.
Yep.
And we miss you.
We do.
Yep. Missed you, Josh.
Your audio lectures were low-key the highlight of my week, so I really
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes.
I hope you're doing well.
Yes, thank you for everything.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.